It is believed that those who deny the night journey of the Prophet Muhammad from Mecca to Jerusalem, followed by his ascension to the seventh heaven to meet God, resemble the arguments of those who dismiss Daniel's vision at night in Daniel 7 verse 13. How is this argument articulated? The argument comparing the denial of the Isra and Mi'raj, the night journey and ascension of the Prophet Muhammad, to the dismissal of Daniel's vision in Daniel 7 verse 13, is articulated based on the following parallels. 1. Both events are supernatural and nighttime experiences. The Isra and Mi'raj describe Prophet Muhammad's journey from Mecca to Jerusalem and his ascension through the heavens, ultimately meeting God. This event is considered miraculous and beyond ordinary physical experiences. Daniel 7 verse 13 states, "I saw in the night visions, and behold, with the clouds of heaven there came one like a son of man, and he came to the Ancient of Days and was presented before him." This is also a supernatural vision that occurs at night and describes an ascent toward the divine. 2. Skepticism toward mystical or spiritual journeys. Critics of Isra and Mi'raj argue that such a physical and spiritual journey is implausible, similar to how some interpret Daniel's vision as metaphorical rather than an actual event. The argument suggests that if one denies the reality of Muhammad's ascension on the basis of it being supernatural, they would logically also have to deny Daniel's night vision using the same reasoning. 3. Heavenly ascent and divine presence. In both cases, the central figure ascends toward a divine presence. Muhammad ascends through the seven heavens, meeting prophets and ultimately reaching the divine presence. Daniel sees one like a son of man coming with the clouds of heaven to stand before the Ancient of Days, a scene often interpreted as a meeting with God. 4. Implication of denial. Consistency in theological interpretation. If one dismisses Muhammad's ascension as merely metaphorical or fabricated, they must question whether Daniel's vision was also just symbolic. This challenges those, particularly in the Abrahamic faith traditions, who accept Daniel's vision as authentic revelation but reject Muhammad's journey on the grounds of improbability. Conclusion. This argument is used to highlight consistency in belief regarding divine visions and supernatural events. If one affirms that Daniel's vision describes a genuine, divinely granted experience, then logically, they should not outright dismiss the Isra and Mi'raj on the same grounds. Instead, they should engage with both narratives under a coherent theological framework.
The prophecy of Daniel, Constantine the Great, and Muhammad the Prophet. Some believe that Daniel 7 verse 25 alludes to Constantine the Great, who presided over the Council of Nicaea, while Daniel 7 verse 13 points to Muhammad's night journey. How is this argument explained? This is a very controversial argument that is not widely accepted by most biblical scholars and Christians, who believe that Daniel 7 verse 25 and Daniel 7 verse 13 refer to the Antichrist and the Messiah respectively. However, some people who support this argument explain it in the following way. They claim that Constantine the Great, who was the first Roman emperor to convert to Christianity and who convened the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD, was the little horn of Daniel 7 verse 25, who spoke pompous words against the Most High and tried to change the times and the laws. They argue that Constantine corrupted the original teachings of Jesus and imposed his own doctrines and creeds on the Christian church, such as the doctrine of the Trinity, the observance of Sunday instead of Saturday as the Sabbath, and the celebration of Easter instead of Passover. They also accuse Constantine of persecuting and oppressing those who did not conform to his version of Christianity, such as the followers of Arianism, who denied the divinity of Jesus. Arianism sparked significant debates within the church, particularly during the early ecumenical councils. The First Council of Nicaea in 325 AD condemned Arianism, affirming the doctrine of the Trinity and the full divinity of Christ. The Nicene Creed established the belief that the Son is begotten, not made, of one substance with the Father. Islamic scholars claim that Muhammad, who was the prophet of Islam and who claimed to have a miraculous night journey from Mecca to Jerusalem and then to heaven in 621 AD, was the Son of Man of Daniel 7 verse 13, who came with the clouds of heaven and was given dominion, glory, and a kingdom by the Ancient of Days, that is God. The term night visions directly suggests an event that takes place at night. Muhammad's night journey, which is said to have occurred during the night, aligns with this description. In contrast, Jesus' ascension is generally not described as happening at night in Christian texts. They argue that Muhammad was a true prophet of God who restored the pure monotheism that was lost by Constantine and his followers. They also assert that Muhammad's kingdom is an everlasting kingdom that will never be destroyed, and that all nations and peoples of every language will serve him or submit to his law. In summary, these are a few points made by Islamic scholars to back the notion that Daniel 7 verse 25 and 7 verse 13 refer to Constantine as the little horn who established the Trinity at the Council of Nicaea, and Muhammad as the Son of Man who encountered God on his night journey to the seventh heaven.